All right, and we're going to record. Okay, good morning, everyone. This is the June 21st, 2022 RPRC meeting. Val prepared a lot of backlogged minutes, so she sent them around previous in advance of this meeting. I hope everyone was able to take a look. Everything is in order, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of minutes, specifically the March 1st, 2022, March 15th, 2022, April 5th, 2022, April 19th, 2022, May 3rd, 2022, May 17th, 2022, and the June 7th, 2022 meetings. I'll make a motion.
Adam, if it helps, I looked at them all and I'll make a motion that we accept and approve those meetings for those the minutes for those 7 meetings.
Yes, that does help. Thank you, Andy. I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Thank you all. Okay, next is 27 Byram Hill Road for a legalization of a deck. Let me pull up the plans for everybody. And share screen. Okay. You guys see the screen okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just have to adjust setting here on my end so I can see you guys. There we go. Okay, so this deck was, let me see if I have a better picture of this. There, that's better. There we go. Okay, so we have the existing house, this deck, which is essentially at grade. I mean, it's a couple of feet in the back. It's tucked away behind this house. I don't have any issues, doesn't have any zoning issues. It looks fine on my end. Anything that you have concerns with, John, on this?
No, not at all.
Any concerns from you guys?
Is there an elevation? Is there a picture?
Yeah, I have a picture from my report. So here's the street. You come up this driveway, the house is here, and you can't see it well, but the deck is right behind here. Seem okay to you guys? I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Right.
All right, great. Next is we have got Jim. Let's get Jim in. Hi, Jim.
And
There you are, Jim. How are you?
thank you. I'm well. It seems when Zoom updates, sometimes it changes the settings around, but I'm okay.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Glad you're with us. We're on to 2 Shoemaker,
Okay.
and I'm going to pull up those plans for us to look at. Just give me a sec. Yes, share screen. Okay, so a new in-ground pool at the rear of the house at 2 Shoemaker Lane. We actually, the RPRC, approved a pool here in the past. The applicant is slightly revising the pool. Actually, this is the original pool and landscaping plan we approved. And this is the new plan. So essentially the same. You could see that they moved, the stair a little bit, but almost identical. I don't have any specific concerns with this one.
Is the landscaping staying the same as well?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We'll make sure that they implement the previously approved landscaping plan. And in fact, one of my comments is add a note to that plan referencing that other plan. A minor comment about where they're putting the pool equipment, and that needs to meet the setbacks, but generally speaking.
Yeah, I think it's below the wall.
Oh, I see it now, that little black box. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, so
and that's where it was located with the original approval also.
got it. And that makes a lot of sense. I see it now. Yep. Okay.
The only thing I saw was there was a different engineer that's involved in this application than the original.
Mm-hmm.
And he was proposing infiltrators, and he really doesn't have to because they designed the original infiltration system to include the pool.
Good.
So they can really eliminate that.
Even better.
Now, yeah.
All right. So anyone have any concerns here? If not, I'll make a motion to send this to building.
I'll second.
Sue Geffen, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thanks. Okay. All right, next is Woodcrest Drive, and we have the homeowner here to help explain it. This was some tree removal. There was some concern about which trees were coming out. So I asked, we told him to come back, and now he's here to help explain. So let me let him in, and we'll get on that. Okay, just give him a minute to get synced up in his microphone. Ling Fei, are you able to turn your microphone on? I see you're not connected. Let me message him.
Adam, do you want to move on and wait for the applicant to sort it out,
Yeah.
or what would you like?
Yeah. Yeah. So Ling Fei, hopefully you could get your microphone on. I'll keep you in the meeting and I'll check back, but we'll move on now to the next one and, maybe leave the meeting, try to rejoin, and that sometimes helps people. Okay, so we'll skip that and we'll move on to 63 Byram Ridge Road. Pull that one up. Okay, so we're talking about the removal of two very large white pine trees. They are alive, but they're not doing well. And
Sorry.
yep, no problem, Andy. So there's one tree located towards the front, one towards the back. Let me see. I don't know if they, yeah, I don't think they have the pictures, but I was out there and saw it and concur that these trees are of a concern there. So my recommendation is to issue the tree removal permit and then have them plant two new native trees. There's plenty of property to find some spot that it will work.
I agree with that.
Yep, okay.
I'll
So
make a motion.
I think we have enough people here, right? Yes, we have 4. So, yep, you were gonna make a motion, Sue?
Make a motion.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, let's check back on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. I'm glad you got on. So now we'll go back to 1 Woodcrest. Let me, just give me a second here to change gears.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was mute myself. I didn't notice that I didn't collect the audio.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on here. So let me just, okay, let me share my screen. All right, well, I'm gonna mute myself while that's going on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Sure.
Okay, all right, so I was just telling the RPRC that we saw this once before, but it wasn't exactly clear which trees were coming out. So why don't you just tell the committee, what you're seeing on your property, what the issues are, and what you'd like to do out there, so we're all on the same page.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, thank you so much. My name is Lin Fei Wu. I'm the owner of this property. So what we try to, the tree we are thinking about is the tree really close to our bedroom. So basically we have like 7 or 8 tree that is extremely close to our master bedroom. And we moved to this new house like 2 years ago. We are not really familiar with, how hazardous the big tree will damage to the house. So, but after some discussion with my wife, especially that like 1.5 years ago, we have a very strong wind in the summer, and one of the big tree falling down. Luckily, it didn't hit the house, but this is really dangerous. So the tree that we are going to take down is really the tree that close to our house. So very close, yeah. So this is one type of tree we are going to take down. There's one tree that is dead. Is because that that big tree falling down hit that tree, and that tree actually is already dead by that time, and that tree needed to be taken down as well. Although otherwise it will be potential hazard. And we also have one big tree and actually 2. We are not going to take down. We just only to chop because we have this children's sliding rope there, so we want to keep that, and so just chop the top so that kids can still play there. We have no planning to cut down any tree surrounding our house. So that's basically the big tree that between my backyard and also my neighbor. But there's one tree that is laying down like this. So we feel that that's probably a potential hazard. So we already discussed with the tree guy. So they will try to chop that a little bit so that make it, potentially hazard risk free. So that's our plan. Yeah. So that's a tree that we're going to take. Yeah.
So I think what you're saying is some of the trees that are closest to the house are going to stay, but the trees that are bordering the property line are going to remain.
Correct. That's exactly correct. Yeah.
Okay. So normally we would say you remove the trees and we'd like to see new trees. but of course, we wouldn't want to plant new trees too close to your house again,
That's right.
right?
Yes.
So,
We do have some planning for the tree. You see that's a two flower tree in the front. One is a yellow, one is a
Sure.
red.
yes, the specimens.
We are planning to have a more tree there to have, have a
Okay.
more beautiful, view.
So you're gonna remove the ones in the backyard and then add some more in the front, is what
In
you're
the
saying?
front, that's right. That's our plan. Yes. Yeah, but it take time for us. We have young baby. We take time to plan them and discuss them with my wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Committee, how do you feel about this?
I'm just looking at the Google Maps satellite shot that's from a time, what you have up, Adam, is the winter time.
Mhm.
In the summer, which Google Maps shows it, that, it's pretty full canopies, and I
Mhm.
can understand why the applicant would want to thin it out even without some of
Yeah.
the danger issues.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why. So I feel our home then really close to the lake or something like. But when in the summer and in the winter, the wind is really really strong. The tree is just like this. So anytime you feel that you may have heartbroken, the tree may fallen down. Yeah, especially the tree that is right after our house. Yeah, very
Mm.
close to the house. Yeah.
Okay. I think you've explained it well. So I'll make a motion to send this tree removal permit to the building department.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much.
So, okay, so now, we'll post this determination, and then you'll submit that with the tree removal permit to the building department, and then your tree company can do the work.
Got you. Okay. Will you send me an email? Tell me what's the next step I should do?
Yes, I'll actually, when these are posted, I'll send out an email, so you'll be able to click on it.
That would be great. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm not
Sure.
really familiar with the procedure, so I really appreciate your help. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
take care.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Okay, so we just finished 1 Woodcrest. We previously did 63 Byram Ridge. We are now at 30 Chestnut Ridge. Let me pull up. All right, 30 Chestnut Ridge Road. All right, so we are talking about a new front portico and a deck. Show you, so existing condition here, proposed condition here. So they're extending the deck and then basically coming, to grade to access it. And then at the front of the house, we have basically a flat facade. So they're adding some definition with this new portico. I think it all looks really good. Sue, do you have any
Yep.
issue with this?
Looks better.
Yeah, I agree. So I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next is 4 Deer Ridge Lane. Let me pull that up. Okay, so what we're talking about is a new driveway, apron, gate, and piers. And let's see, I think. So, you know, the only issue or the issue I have here is these might not be the gates or the piers or the lights. And that's a problem because we have to approve something. So this note here, piers, gates, lights, and entry box are for illustrative purposes only. Well, no, we need to know what you're actually going to build. So either they're going to have to put this in or, and take that note off or come back to us with what they're actually proposing. Right? I don't see another way around that.
Also, that gate looks like it has a spiked top,
The one they're showing does, yes.
so I would not like that.
Okay. So we're
And you're
gonna,
looking to protect the deer, right?
Yes,
I agree.
to protect.
The general location is fine. It's just the construction details are unclear.
Yeah, of what they're actually going, what's going in.
Mhm.
Right, so they give us a detail of what they're building. They show us pictures of what they're building, and then they
Mhm.
a note saying that may not be what they're building. That's a problem. And you know, John, on your end, you talk about 15 feet from the road, right?
Yeah, enough room to pull a car.
Yeah, I've recommended 20, but is 15 more appropriate?
No, 20 would be great. I just didn't know if they had it or not, where they were
Yeah.
showing it.
it looks like they do.
Yeah.
Looks like they certainly have enough room to make.
Yeah, we asked, I mean, both John and I said dimension that distance, but I'm saying it should be 20 and John's saying 15.
Well, 20 is fine with me. No.
Yeah, that's what we've been,
Can we go
doing.
back to the plan?
What's the length of a car or a truck? Because you want the truck to be off the road.
Yeah, it depends what size truck.
yeah,
But that looks like it's, see where they have the pad now? It looks like they have it right on the property line, and that's usually 12 feet in from the edge of pavement, 12 and a half feet,
yep.
13. So they should probably bring that in a bit
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that the gates open in so they can bring the car in. But all the improvements are proposed on private property, which is good. But they should also amend their curb cut permit with the highway department.
Yep. Okay, so, you know, we'll have them take that note off and revise that gate. Tell us exactly what they're building. And then, you know, dimension that distance to make sure there's enough pull-off room off the street. Sound good to everyone?
Yes.
You know, I find the landscapers have bigger and bigger trucks these days.
Mm-hmm.
So you want these gates a little deeper in the property so that when these big trucks come in, they're not sticking out into the road.
Yes,
So it's
agreed.
not just the cars we're worrying about.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think the only problem is they have a curve on this driveway. And it's, you know, I went out there and looked at it. It's pretty close to
Mm-hmm.
where these piers are. If you start moving it too far back, it's gonna start locating the piers on the curve. It's not gonna align right with the road. in the
Yeah,
front.
it won't look right from the road. See that? That's a good point that John makes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he probably has the gate about 25 to 30 feet back on this plan.
Mhm.
If we're figuring, probably about 25 feet back
From the pavement edge, not the right of way.
from the pavement edge, yes.
Yeah.
It's the concern to get the vehicle in off the road.
Yep.
Although it isn't a heavily traveled road, it's a short cul-de-sac with a few homes on it.
Yep. Is everyone okay with that? I think it makes sense, and you really don't want to push that gate into the curve. It will look odd. You want to keep it parallel to the street.
And it appears to be further back than the gate across the street.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Okay.
But it's not dimensions. You're just eyeballing it, John, right?
no, there's no, yeah, just
Yeah.
eyeballing it. Because as I was driving out, I looked at the other gate directly across the street. And it has room for a vehicle to pull in. It's probably around the same distance. But not, but the other one isn't greater than this.
All right, well, then I'll make a motion to send it to the building department.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, and we'll add the note about the no spikes. Next is 27 Smith Farm Road for a fence.
I'm sorry, before you do that, Adam, so I just, listen, I've been doing this for a while, but not forever. Why on that one do we have enough detail? You don't want to see it come back in 2 weeks to RPRC?
No, I don't think it's necessary. This is a very minor project. So between John and myself looking at the revision, we'll get it in a fine place.
Okay.
Are you okay with that, John? too?
Yeah,
And Andy?
I totally am. It was Susan's comment on the spiky. I'm also sensitive to that. I had a
Yeah.
problem with a neighbor once where it was just awful.
Okay. All right, Risa, you're with us, right? Or maybe not. Risa, you don't have your microphone on. See if you can get that connected. Otherwise, I'll just start. Okay. Okay, so what we are proposing is a new, two new fences. So fence one, which is closest to the road, will be the black aluminum type fence, and fence number two, more like a chain link fence. So here you'll see the decorative fence. Actually, here's the decorative fence, and then the other type. Standard stuff. It's not visually impactful, especially, the wire fence, right? That really does end up blending in to the background. I don't have any concerns with this. Anyone have any comments?
No,
You can why applicants choose a 6-foot fence? That's not a pool fence. It's just a.
Yeah, it's just a fence. Let's see if Risa, was she able to get on here? No, she still can't. She's not, her microphone's not on, so we can't get a response from her about that.
It's just all
But
the.
a 6-foot fence is permitted.
Oh, sure. No, I understand that. Just the as more and more neighbors put in fences, it really inhibits, wildlife movement. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something beyond the purview of this committee, right? But when you go to your fence line, you wrap around your yard, then
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess the property has a pool, right? So the neighbor's looking, the applicant's looking to.
No.
it's not
Can you
cool.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay, hi, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
I'm a little late to the game. I do not have a pool. That was just a stock photo to show you the fence.
Yeah, but you could see the aerial now, right?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
I wish I had a pool.
I was just commenting on the fences along the property line. They start to inhibit or they inhibit wildlife movement
No,
across.
that's, yes, that's true. My neighbors, only the one to my right as you're facing the house has a fence. Everyone from on the other side, the left all the way to his, are like, they're not fenced in. And the same on the other side of that neighbor.
It's permitted. It was just a comment. That's all.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, how do you feel? How do you want to move this forward?
It's the homeowner has the right to do it. It's a permitted use, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's their choice, right?
That's how, yes, I agree with that, Jim.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, Risa, so you're all set. We'll post this letter later today, and then you'll be able to pull the fence permit from the building department.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Okay.
your time. All
All right.
right. Have
Take
a great
care.
week, everyone.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, and then we're on to our last one. Let me get them in here.
Bye.
Okay. Joe, are you going to take us through this one? Oh, we don't hear you actually, Joe.
Do I have audio now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Good. All right, great, thanks. Can I have the screen?
Yeah, you can share, sure.
Okay.
By the way, for some reason, this is Sam Gardner. My camera won't open, so I'm here though.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So we're looking at a site, hold on a second.
Well, Joe, this was before the RPRC a few weeks ago, right?
Yes,
And the major issue or not major issue, but the most significant issue we discussed at that time was where was this wetland and how much of this addition was going to be in the buffer. So you went back and you got us that information, and that's really setting us up right now, right? That's where we are?
yeah, correct. So essentially what we're talking about is this is the wetland delineation. I really, the issue was another overriding issue was where the septic was. So we had
Right.
a septic contractor go out and locate the septic system. So that's identified right here.
Mhm.
Those are where the septic fields are. As far as, where we are as far as intrusion into the buffer, this is the buffer line here. Here's your wetland line right here. So we've got some minor regrading we've got to do at this corner of the proposed garage. There's a little tip of the garage that's, you could see right here, in the buffer. We're trying to hold the existing edge of the driveway for the face of the garage.
Mhm.
And then we have our stormwater infiltration system, and we have an overflow which extends down. In order to get it to daylight, we've got to, take it pretty far into the buffer here, about 50 feet into the buffer. Now that's the extent of the intrusion that we're proposing into the buffer.
Is the stormwater system new as well?
No, the stormwater system is outside the buffer.
But new, yes.
Yes, I'm sorry, new, I didn't hear the question clearly, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It does look like it's extending into the buffer. Am I missing something?
Only the overflow.
Only the overflow is. So this is the infiltration system right
Yeah.
here. Here's the buffer line.
Right. So is the disturbance happening for you to do this overflow section?
Yes.
Right, in order to daylight that pipe, we need to, you know, get it out at least this far to be able to, you know, and it's only a 4-inch pipe, I believe.
A question for you, Joe.
So for
Is
the
that-
Is it possible to put a larger infiltration system in so that you don't have a regular discharge from it? And not put the pipe in, just let it overflow on the side?
we could, or the other thing we could do is we could put a pop-up
Yeah.
in, which I have no issue doing that. We can do that.
Yeah, if you put a bigger, larger system in and don't have a regular, you know, something that'll hold a full storm.
Right.
And just anything over a 25-year would overflow. Then
Okay,
you won't have a regular flow through the yard, and maybe we can eliminate that wetland issue.
yep, we'll do that. Okay.
And then in terms of when you're doing the work and the regrading, has this been before the conservation board? Is there a
No, we have to talk
mitigation?
about that,
Okay.
Andy, about, you know, how you want us to review it. Regardless, it's going to need even though it's small, the 2-to-1 mitigation for the buffer disturbance. But we have to discuss the most appropriate approval authority for the wetlands permit. So we've got a few options, right? We could determine that it's minor in nature and the town engineer reviews it administratively. We could say that it's a minor permit, but the conservation board takes a look at it. That's the second most intensive review. We could also send this to the planning board and a full conservation board review. I don't think this warrants that in this case. So, you know, any thoughts on how you'd like to handle this, Andy?
Yeah, no, your second option sounds appropriate. It's just hard to tell, you know, I don't know where machines are going to need to go and how much disturbance as part of construction there needs to be. So I think
Okay, so you want an admin wetlands permit with the conservation board look.
yes.
Okay. Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
All right, let me just see if there are any other issues we want to address. Any trees coming down for this, Joe?
Give me a minute.
I don't think there was any trees shown on the plan.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
why
it's not.
I'm asking, because I just
Yeah,
wasn't.
so
Pretty
the only thing
open.
that was gonna come out was this 8-inch here.
Oh, I see, yeah.
But since, you know, if we eliminate this overflow pipe and increase the size of the system, then no, we're not eliminating any trees.
All right, great. And it's in a floodplain, so you'll need to get a floodplain development permit from the building department before you get the building permit.
How about the state wetland boundary? Is that the same as what was flagged for the town? Did they agree with that same line?
That is a question I don't have the answer for. I mean, Tim Miller Associates handle this.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to ask them about that.
Yeah, ask them whether it's the same line or whether, usually the town line comes in further than the state. but,
Generally, yes.
Yeah. But I know that's a state wetland back there. So they'll have to, they'll have to communicate with the state on that.
And then, Joe, we need to figure out what the homeowner wants to do with the shed. That you see the shed by the driveway, that doesn't meet the minimum required setback. Yeah,
This one here.
yeah. So you either gonna have to move it or get a variance.
Okay.
Can that be detached from this application? Because I can talk to the homeowner about that. Yeah, I don't think he feels particularly proprietary about it. It was there when he bought the house.
Yeah, what do you mean detached? Well, you have to just work that out with the building department, whatever they want you to do.
Got it.
Yeah, so
Where's that drainage easement along that property line discharge, Joe?
there's a catch basin up here,
Yeah,
and I believe there is an underground pipe that discharges around here somewhere.
oh, okay.
Oh, right here. There you go.
Yeah, discharge is right in the yard, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, yeah.
The other issue for you guys to deal with the building department is the deck. I guess a portion of the deck on the other side of the house doesn't meet the side yard setback.
That's true.
See those stairs there? Yeah, see how it's, there you go.
Okay.
So, I don't know what the history of that is. So either demonstrate that you got a variance in the past or not, it's not clear.
Are stairs allowed to extend a certain amount into a setback?
When I believe if you had a front portico, they can. So maybe I don't know what, just, yeah, check with the building department what they're going to make you do. I don't know.
Okay, we'll look into that.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it for me. So if the RPRC is okay, we'll send this to the building department. We'll send this to the town engineer and conservation board for the wetland end. And then we'll post everything and you'll coordinate with the town engineer, conservation board, and the building department. Is everyone okay with that? If so, I'll make that motion.
Adam, just to be clear,
Yeah.
that they are gonna submit an application to show the 2-for-1 mitigation. That's
Yes,
implicit in what you said.
that's correct. Yep, and they'll
Okay.
show that to the conservation board.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So I made that motion. Anyone want to second?
I'll second
I think Andy got there. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
it.
All right, great. So that will conclude today's meeting. I want to thank everyone. Our next RPRC meeting will also be via Zoom, but after that, we'll be back in person meeting in town hall. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
You're
Have a
right.
good day.
Bye-bye.
Sure.
Have a great day, everyone.